Welcome to the third annual telethon for the Salvation Army, right here on Frankly Speaking. I'm your host, Frank Acom. We are broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio, right here on Market Street in the heart of the Gaffer District, which also happened to be named the number 6 spot on the list of America's 13 top Christmas communities. That's by Time Out, an international travel website. So what an appropriate Christmas celebration in the Crystal City, the Crystal City Christmas. Thank you so much for joining us. We do this yearly. If you're new to the program, we're raising funds for the Salvation Army of Corning, which does so much good for our community. Our goal this year, and we're doing pretty good, I think, is $6,000. Why $6,000? Because a very generous, Frankly Speaking viewer has guaranteed a match of up to $6,000. So if we raise $6,000, it will be $12,000 for the Salvation Army. So if you are going to give, let's say you normally give to the Salvation Army $10. That's like today you're giving $20. See how it works? So please donate. We've got a lot of exciting events in store for you today. We're going to have a lot of interviews, great music from the Crystal Chords, Doc Possum. We'll be telling you about some upcoming Christmas events to get you into the spirit. What else do we got? I don't know. Most importantly, I want to hear from you. Waves, comments. I know we are at the heart, a news program, so there are some breaking news stories that we should mention here at the top of the hour. Not to take away from the Christmas spirit, but I'd be remiss if we didn't at least give you an update from yesterday, and then we're going to dive right into it. But there are some stories that you need to know to start your day, such as the dueling health care plans, both blocked in the Senate. We talked about these yesterday. Democrats and Republicans each put their health care proposals up for a vote in the Senate, and both plans failed to pass. The Democrats' plan, which would have extended subsidies to Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, for 3 years, earned the support of 4 Republicans, but still fell short of the 60 votes necessary, losing 51 to 48. Now, the Republicans' plan would have replaced the subsidies with federal funds for health savings accounts. That was the one supported by President Trump. But they failed by the same vote margin, 51 to 48. Lawmakers will soon be leaving D.C. for Christmas break. And this all but assures that more than 20 million Americans will see their health care premiums rise starting on January 1st. Also yesterday, Indiana Senate Republicans rejected President Trump's redistricting push. They voted down a plan to redraw the state's congressional district to produce 2 more GOP-friendly seats, rejecting that months-long campaign by the president. The 31-19 vote saw 21 Republicans join 10 Democrats in voting down the proposed map that would have positioned the GOP, which currently holds 7 of Indiana's 9 U.S. House seats, for a sweep of all 9 seats in next year's midterm elections. Donald Trump Jr. tweeting out, if Indiana Republicans side with these never Trumpers to do the dirty work of Democrats, I'll be spending a lot of time in Indiana next year campaigning against every single one of them. Vance also targeted Bray, who's a part of this, by name, claiming the Senate leader had told the White House he wouldn't fight against redistricting while privately working to turn his caucus against the new maps. Vance saying that level of dishonesty cannot be rewarded, and the Indiana GOP needs to choose a side. Also, the Justice Department failed to re-indict Letitia James for a second time. A grand jury for a second time declined to bring a new indictment against Letitia James, the New York Attorney General who defeated President Trump and his company in court. That's coming from CNN. The Justice Department presented its case against James to a grand jury in Alexandria, Virginia, a week after a different grand jury in Norfolk declined to bring charges. And finally, these are just the breaking stories. And then we're going to get into the Christmas spirit. Kilmar Obrego Garcia has been released from ICE custody after the judge ruled it was necessary. District Judge Paula Zenas ordered Abrego Garcia's release from ICE custody, quote, immediately. A significant development in the case concerning the El Salvadorian man. Abrego Garcia's, quote, wrongful deportation has been the basis of a fraught legal battle that includes tense confrontations between the judge and the Justice Department. And finally, look how much we've packed in 5 minutes, and we haven't even really kicked off the program yet. And finally, working Americans are going to get, quote, a very large refund of somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 per household early in the year. That's according to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. The checks will come in the first quarter of 2026 as a result of tax cuts in President Donald Trump's sweeping, budget-focused One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Bessent said, I think we're going to see $100 to $150 billion of refunds, which could be between $1,000 and $2,000 per household. Several provisions in the legislation, including auto deductibility and no tax on tips, are to thank for the payday, he said. Americans with jobs have not yet adjusted their tax withholdings, so many will receive refunds next year. After getting the refund, U.S. residents are expected to change their withholding status so that less tax is taken from each paycheck. Workers will see a real increase in their wages, Bessent said. There you go. See, even with a telethon, even raising money for a great cause, we got in all the news you need to know before you start your day. All right, let's take a look at what we'll be doing this morning. We're going to be playing great music. We're going to be reading your comments. Your comments can be news related if you want them to be, but they can also be Christmas, holiday related. You see the number on the bottom of the screen. Now, the one scrolling, that's for the Salvation Army specifically. You text telethon to that number, 31333, and that'll get you where you're going to make a donation. Or you can scan that QR code at the top of the screen, and that will get you also to where you're going to make a donation. But you see that small number, the 607-358-3131, that's to reach me directly. So that's unrelated to the Salvation Army, but that's so you can wave, you can comment, you can be a part of our celebration of the Salvation Army of Corning. I am going to announce towards the end of the program the final totals for the friendly competition. And people, it's so funny, so many people come up to me and want to talk about the friendly competition between the Corning City Democrats and the Corning City Republicans. They do it every year, I think Assemblyman Phil Palmisano said it was year 17 of the challenge. And one day, which happened to be Monday this week, the Democrats rang the bell. And on Tuesday, the Republicans rang the bell. Both got very cold days, so I think you could make the argument that the Republicans got the colder of the two. But that makes no difference. But people are always asking me how it went, who won. Now, here's the thing. I can't tell you who won. That's not what this game is all about. That's not what the friendly competition is all about. Now, I'm sure behind closed doors, they both know, both parties know, but we're just going to give you the total, and that'll be at the end of the broadcast. So coming up after this first break, we're going to hear from Major Dressler with a little welcoming message for our telecast, our telethon, I should say. Then we're going to hear from Dreamcatchers Quartet. We're going to hear from Doc Possum. A little later on in the program, we're going to hear from Joe Barlow. Joe Barlow is the one that helps get this all going for us, gets us all that great music from the Crystal Chords. She's been a part of the broadcast each year, and we're so thankful for all that she does for us here during the broadcast. Then, in this hour, we're going to hear from Assemblyman Phil Palmisano. We always look forward to hearing from Phil. He's a big champion of the Salvation Army of Corning. In the next hour, in the 7 o'clock hour, which I can't see any other way, it'll be our last interview with Mayor Bill Boland as mayor. We may talk to him in the future. But Mayor Bill Boland, who is set to retire here at the end of the year, which is nearly here, he is going to join us. I think he's, well, actually, little frankly speaking history, he was our first guest ever on TV, not on radio, but on TV, when he welcomed us to Corning and our broadcast here. So he is going to join us for what is kind of an appropriate bookend from the beginning, and then now as he moves on to the next chapter. And we welcome in next year, well, I think it's actually December 31st, we welcome in Pam Walker, now mayor-elect, but soon to be mayor. Then in the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to meet, and you may not have met them yet, Captains Brittany and Brian Bender. They are the new captains here at the Corning Salvation Army, and we're going to find out all about them, their background, why they got involved in the Salvation Army. Just get to know them. I think you're really going to like them. I really do. And as I always say, it's a little unfortunate, the naming of the Salvation Army of Corning, and I only say that because it is all of Steuben County. I want to keep that in mind. You think about the rural areas and those in need in Steuben County. That is what they do at the Salvation Army of Corning, which is help the whole Steuben County community, as large as it is. So that's kicking off. There's all that you need to know when it comes to the news. That's all you need to know about this morning's broadcast, and we're going to kick it off after this first break. So stay with us. The 3rd annual telethon for the Salvation Army of Corning right here on Frankly Speaking.
In the heart of nature, collisions happen when you least expect them. Deer hits can turn a tranquil drive into a chaotic moment. When the unexpected happens, turn to Scott's Collision. At Scott's Collision, we understand the frustration of unexpected encounters with wildlife. From dense to more extensive damage, we've got you covered. When nature and your vehicle collide, trust Scott's Collision to bring it back to life.
Going to go to the gym? The health club is not an option? Come to Hesselson today and see why swim spas and fitness systems can fit into anyone's yard and budget. 12-foot, 14-foot, 15-foot, 18-foot dual temperature hot tub and swim spas are all on display in Hesselson's indoor and outdoor showroom. Try before you buy. 0% interest-free financing options are available on every Hesselson swim spa. Swim and exercise year-round and start making every day better. And after 70 years, it's still fun to poke in the corners at Hesselson's.
When you're online, don't forget to visit our Facebook page at Big Fox News. Catch up on news from the Twin Tiers. Vote on the daily question and hear about local events. All on Facebook.com/Big Fox News.
The governor declared a state of emergency and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors the storm. Those in the following counties, therefore, should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. Retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right position.
The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio as we celebrate Christmas and do the most good by raising funds for the Salvation Army of Corning. We've got great comments from viewers. Because I'm in Florida, this viewer writes, I use the icon on the screen. Yes, the QR code. Wow, that is very convenient. And I know it's going to Corning. And then they added, oh, wow, it goes to all of Steuben County. That's great. Yes, all of Steuben County. And I know you'll hear this throughout the broadcast. But the Salvation Army of Corning and the Salvation Army in general, they're so humble at all that they do. You sometimes don't realize how much is happening behind the scenes. The 365, 24/7 job that they're doing. So that's why we're proudly taking up the cause to raise funds for the Salvation Army. I always say this in full disclosure. I am the chairman of the Salvation Army Advisory Board here in Corning, and I'm proud of that. And that's why, having seen the numbers month after month and hear and see and all that they do, it was a no-brainer to team up and raise funds. Again, everything we raise is being matched up to $6,000. So our goal is to raise $6,000 this morning, and we started, obviously, as soon as we first announced it. Thank you to everybody who stopped by the studio, dropped off their checks, dropped off cash. That little kettle on our desk is looking pretty full. It's bulging, which is a great quote-unquote problem to have. So keep that money, keep those waves, keep those comments coming in. And right now, let's hear, to kick off the program, 15 minutes in, from Major Dressler.
Hello, I'm Major Michelle Dressler, the Divisional Commander of the Empire State Division of the Salvation Army. Today I want to talk to you about the amazing work of the Corning Salvation Army. The Salvation Army of Corning provides assistance to over 1,000 families and individuals through their food pantry and their emergency assistance programs. During this holiday season, the Salvation Army works very hard to ensure that parents don't have to make the choice between putting a meal on the table or a present under the tree. I can't forget to mention the amazing Kids Cafe program. It's an after-school program and a summer program where kids can come to a safe and a nurturing environment where kids can be kids, and the Salvation Army can make a difference in their lives. All of these programs and services couldn't happen without your help. You help to make a difference in the lives and the community members around Corning. It's the reason at this time that you see the red kettle workers out and the bells ringing and you hear them at the stores and the malls. Throughout November and December, we're out there raising the funds that are needed throughout the year to support these amazing programs and services that we provide. We can't do this without you. So this holiday season, I want to say a special and sincere thank you to each of you for your support coming alongside the Salvation Army, being partners in mission to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Thank you, Merry Christmas, and God bless you and your families.
And we thank Major Dressler for being part of our broadcast this morning. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's kick it off with some music. We're going to start with the Dreamcatchers Quartet, getting us in the Christmas spirit with Silver Bells.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. City street lights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. This is Santa's big scene. And above all the bustle you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Bong, 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 bong. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Hear the bells, silver bells.
Thank you to the Dreamcatchers Quartet to kick off our telethon. We've got a lot of great music coming up. Next, we're going to hear from Doc Possum. But from the viewer watching in Florida who sent in their donation, we thank you first and foremost. But also, they had to rub it in and say, it's cold out here this morning. It's 43 degrees. I don't have any warm clothes, but thank goodness I have a winter coat. I don't know what it is this morning, but anything in the double digits is starting to feel like summer around here. So thank you for the comments. If you are just tuning in, this is our yearly Salvation Army Telethon, looking to raise $6,000, which will be matched, meaning that the Salvation Army will receive $12,000. So please be a part of it. You can scan that QR code. You can text to that number on the bottom of the screen. You can reach out to me, and I can let you know how you can donate. You can stop by if you want. Whatever you, it's pretty cold and pretty dark out there, but if you want to, feel free. All right, let's get rocking this morning, shall we? We're going to hear from none other than friend of Frankly Speaking, Doc Possum. This is White Christmas.
Hey there, Frank. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me once again for this awesome cause. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where those treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white, and may all your Christmases be white. Since we have no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Peace on earth. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Doc Possum. We're going to hear from him quite a few more other great rockin' tunes. We'll tell you a little bit about Doc Possum coming up a little bit later on. We got to take our second break. Keep those donations coming in. Keep those waves coming in. I know it's a little different, but feel free if you'd like to comment on the news of the day. We have no problem with that. I gave you some of the breaking stories at the top of the hour, so we can continue with that. Coming up next, we're going to hear from Joe Barlow to set the scene about the Crystal Chords and some of the great music you'll be hearing this morning. So that's coming up next. We're just getting warmed up on the third annual telethon. We'll be right back.
When you're online, don't forget to visit our Facebook page at Big Fox News. Catch up on news from the Twin Tiers. Vote on the daily question and hear about local events. All on Facebook.com/Big Fox News.
This is a Sue the Collector Consumer Alert. Hi, my name is Jared Johnson with SueTheCollector.com. Did you know that repossessions are on the rise in America? If your car, truck, or motorcycle has been repossessed by an agent that broke a lock, assaulted you, or trespassed on your private property, you have rights. Call us for a free case review at 1-877-BAD-REPO. You pay nothing unless we win money for you. Call me now.
It's the tea party for Crystal with Miss Marshmallow.
Oh, wow.
And Sarah's first day of management training at Goodwill. When you donate to Goodwill, you help provide skills training and career placement. And the things you loved start a new life too.
Being a cowboy, I don't know anything different. I had a very successful career. Life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally. And then I got hurt. I dug into mental health. I wanted to be better as a person. I start my day with a workout. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love.
Looking at those beautiful lights in the Gaffer District. Definitely gets you in the Christmas spirit. That view brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. Welcome back to Frankly Speaking, the telethon edition, and in the studio, the person responsible for most of the music we're hearing today, right? Joe, thank you so much.
Me personally.
Well, helping me get it and singing quite a bit. We see you in there. We always look forward to it. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me on.
So last time we talked, how'd the craft fair go?
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. We had so many people in and out. We had wonderful crafters and vendors selling all kinds of interesting things, and and then we had this little raffle of baskets and things, and that did really well. People seem to really enjoy it.
Oh, that's good. So we're all getting excited for the holiday concert coming up on December 16th, 6:45, First United Methodist Church. So just a few days away. How's practicing going?
Oh, terrific. We have guests with us this time of year, the holiday singers.
Yeah.
And they come and just join us just for a few rehearsals so we can sing in our concert.
Isn't that great?
December 16th, so it's really going to be fun.
Now, I know that there's practice throughout the season for this, the kind of holiday concert, but can anyone attend the holiday concert itself?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We would just urge people to come down. It's a free concert.
Mm-hmm.
We collect for the food bank at that concert.
That's great.
So monetary donations, so that we can just scoot right over to the food bank with them afterwards. And last year we collected a lot of money.
Wonderful.
It's really fun for us to be able to give a free concert, invite everybody, but if you want to bring a few bucks for the food bank, we'd love it.
Of course. So that's the holiday concert again, Tuesday, December 16th, 6:45 p.m. First United Methodist Church in Horseheads, 6:45 to 7:15. Performance by Corning Brass Works, and followed by the Crystal Chords Chorus and Quartets and the Holiday Singers.
Yeah, that's right.
I got all the who,
you
what,
got
when,
it
where,
all
and all.
in there. Yes, yeah. It's fun to hear the brasses first. They
I'm
kind
sure.
of get us warmed up and
Get you ready.
Beautiful holiday songs. And then we have the holiday singers with us on quite a few numbers, and the quartets, too.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
So much fun. No, and I know we've talked about this in the past, but it's a mix of music. It's all Christmas music, but it's kind of a mix. It's not like going to a midnight mass.
Right. No, we have some traditional favorites in
Of
there,
course.
like Angels We Have Heard on High, and
You have to.
but also some swingy numbers and some of those songs that you've heard over the years. Like. Didn't Bing Crosby sing Happy Holiday?
Yeah,
that kind of
those
stuff.
kind of fun
but we
ones.
sing a swingy version of it, but some of those old favorites. Yeah.
Well, people watching the program are going to be listening to music that the Crystal Chorus put together. We're going to have it throughout the whole broadcast, and some they've already heard. But for people that maybe are tuning in for the first time or haven't seen you on the program before, tell us a little bit about the Crystal Chorus.
Oh my gosh! Well, we're a women's a cappella chorus. We have about 40 members, and we sing in 4-part harmony.
Okay.
So it's just a wonderful experience. I mean, especially the holiday music is an awful lot of fun, but all year long we're singing and learning new songs, learning to be better singers. But it's the joy of singing together that's the whole fun of it, making friends, and it's about joy. This is the season of joy, and
of course
we're all running around like crazy trying to make it all perfect. So it can be stressful. So it's fun to just go out and hear some lovely, joyful music.
And I know we've talked about it in the past, but the friendships and the bond and the unity that you get from that music is something kind of next level. Really?
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Well, even when you sing by yourself, it's a lot of fun.
Sure.
People, you sing in the car, whatever. When you sing with another person, the harmonies just amp everything up. But then when you have 4-part harmony and all those voices, it just lifts you up
It really
in an
does.
amazing way. Yeah.
Now, can people join? I know you've had open houses, or I think there's better words for it than open houses, but can people join?
Oh, anytime. We have the best way to do is look at the website. We're mostly at our church, First United Methodist, where we practice in Horseheads. We're there Tuesday nights mostly, but now we're trying something new where one time each month we're having a Sunday afternoon rehearsal instead of the Tuesday. And the reason for that is so we can include more people. Some people can't come all the time on a Tuesday night with their busy lives. Sunday might work better for them. So we're trying to be flexible and try some new things to get people in. So the best way to figure out where we're going to be, and the rehearsals are like 7 to 9 roughly, but on the website, crystalchords.com, there's a little contact information to contact us and see when we're going to be practicing and where, and just come and check us out. Nobody has to feel like they have to join, but
no. And I like how you always say you don't have to be a professional singer. I think that's the intimidating
I'm
part.
certainly not.
Right?
Oh no! I mean, but I've gotten to be a much better singer because of all the education that we have, and we have coaches who come in and just teach us a way to use the instrument better.
And I'm sure it builds confidence in a way too.
Yeah, it really does.
Overall.
We haven't. Every time we have a new member come in, you can just see the evolution. They're kind of hesitant at first. Then they start to get in the swing of things and feel more comfortable. And with all the learning, they just get, the confidence is amazing. Then we get up on the stage for a contest, and people are just looking so professional. It's really fun.
And they're so proud, right, of the work they accomplished, because it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. What you do. And you put so much preparation into the holidays, and you help us out so much here. What's it like after the holidays? What do you do? Did you get ready for next season?
We get ready for the next season for sure. We'll have in the spring we'll be going to contest and convention again. We'll be getting ready for that. Any sing-outs, any place we're invited to sing, we always want to be ready with a repertoire of songs that are our regular song repertoire. So we're working on things all the time. But Christmas we started in June, because you have to have plenty of practice in to get good.
So again, go to crystalchords.com to find out more. And the holiday concert is Tuesday, December 16th at 6:45 at the First United Methodist Church. I cannot thank you enough, Joy. Joe, thank you so much. Joy, see, I'm in the Christmas spirit. I almost called you Joy. Joe, I can't thank you enough.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, of course you can.
I forgot to mention the cookies at the concert.
Oh, yeah.
We all make our best cookies and bring a dozen of them to this concert. So after the concert, all of our audience go out and enjoy baked goods. We also have the Simply Delicious Bakers. They're a little baking company. Two members are in our chorus. And they have cupcakes that are just to die for. So there will be lots of good eats for free after the concert.
And it's going to get you if this doesn't get you in the Christmas spirit, nothing will, right?
Exactly.
Right?
We hope that's what it'll do.
Well, have fun on December 16th.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, we'll see you next year.
Yep,
All
definitely.
Right. All right, stay with us.
This is Jim from Famous Brands. We are ready for fall and loaded with all of your favorite brands. Great new deals are arriving every week. We have the largest selection of clothing and footwear in the Finger Lakes, all at below retail prices. Famous Brands, downtown Watkins Glen, where you're always looking good for less.
In the nature, collisions happen when you least expect them. Deer hits can turn a tranquil drive into a chaotic moment. When the unexpected happens, turn to Scott's Collision. At Scott's Collision, we understand the frustration of unexpected encounters with wildlife. From dents to more extensive damage, we've got you covered. When nature and your vehicle collide, trust Scott's Collision to bring it back to life.
More cars, lower prices. Simmons Rockwell. Make car buying simple when you drive your deal at a Simmons Rockwell location near you, where you'll always find more cars at lower prices.
What's our stories? The warmth of our laugh? Or our family's secret sauce? We all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson's studio here on Marcus Street in Corning. And if you're just joining us, it's the Telethon, everybody's favorite broadcast of Frankly Speaking, where we ask you to give. And I was just looking at the numbers online. We're doing really good online, which historically we don't necessarily do that great online. It's a lot of people dropping it off at the kettles, dropping it off over at the Salvation Army before the telethon. So I'm feeling really good about this year. Our goal is $6,000 during, well, I say during this broadcast, but, I started a couple weeks out because that will be matched dollar for dollar by a very generous, Frankly Speaking, viewer, up to $6,000. So our goal is to raise $12,000 for the Salvation Army of Corning. Okay, let's go to this viewer's comment, and it's going to be very appropriate because of the next song we have coming up by the Holiday Chorus. This comment saying, "Good morning, Frank." Well, good morning. "Thank you for all you do for the local media airways." Thank you. And above all, the community. Well, I appreciate that. "This telethon is fun, really putting me in the Christmas spirit." Well, your very kind comment makes me feel warm and fuzzy. So here's Warm and Fuzzy by the Holiday Chorus. Thank you to the Crystal Chords Holiday Chorus. We really appreciate that. Coming up next, we've got a song by Doc Possum, but I want to take just a second to tell you about Doc. We've had his music on in the past, and he does so much. You can see him with the Doc Possum Experience. That's his band. Also under the blanket title Doc Possum's Musical Mystery Tour. I like that. He does a weekly showcase at the Radisson right here in Corning, where it features music trivia, musical bingo. That's every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. So go up and see him next Tuesday and say, "Thanks, Doc, for all the great music during Frankly Speaking's telethon." But also he has, and this is really, really cool, he also plays other places, don't get me wrong. Rooster Fish Pub in Watkins, Mud Creek Bison Ranch. But listen to some of the things that he does for the community. I've got to mention this. Monthly appearances at area senior residence centers and care facilities, including Woodbrook and Elmira, Apple Ridge and Horseheads, and Brookdale and Painted Post. And he wants to add more to that list if you have any suggestions. He also has a library and classroom visits called Reading and Rocking that stresses educational, character, civics, and creative theme-related music, along with a story, activity, and audience participation, interaction. And he has the Cheese Man, which is an effort to promote literacy through the area, which includes visits to classrooms, libraries, museums, care centers, public events, and more. So Doc does so much for the community, and I can't thank him enough for being a part. That's Doc Possum. I can't thank him enough for being a part of each year's broadcast. As soon as I asked and told him what it was, I said, this is the first year, we're doing a big telethon for the Salvation Army of Corning. He jumped at the chance and sent music because he knows how much the Salvation Army of Corning does for our community. And we will thank Doc Possum for how much he does for our community. So we really appreciate it. Let's hear another one from the man himself, Doc Possum, as we get ready for Santa Claus to come to town. How appropriate. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Better watch out, better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you what. Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town. He making a list, he checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh yeah, he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows if you're awake, he knows if you've been bad or good. You better be good for goodness sake. You better be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh yeah. Oh. Come on now. What you want for Christmas? Have you been good? Anybody on the naughty list? Oh, it's not too late now. Turn it around, turn it around. I said, Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town. Merry Christmas, yeah, everybody. Oh, yeah. And happy holidays. Santa Claus coming to town today. Or very soon.
That'll get you up on your feet this morning. Thank you, Doc Possum. We're going to make sure that we book an interview with him in the new year. Find out all that he's doing and maybe get a song or two. I've already made up my mind. We're going to have Ma live on the air. All right, we got to take a short break. Coming up next, Assemblyman Phil Palmisano, who fresh off of his bell ringing for the Republican Party on Tuesday. And then later on in the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to have from Monday's bell ringing challenge, Mayor Bill Boland. But Phil Palmisano coming up next. Stay with us for the 3rd annual Salvation Army Telethon right here on Frankly Speaking.
Ferrari Auto Team!
The best hot cocoa shop?
Ask Google. The best ski resort? Ask Google.
The best Jeep dealer?
Ask Google. We did. Google reviews from customers rank Ferrario Jeep in Elmira the highest Jeep dealer in our area.
If you don't see me, I can't save you any money.
Wrap up the year's sales event going on now.
Visit Ferrario in Elmira or at Ferrario.com.
Miss a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. Welcome back to the Salvation Army Telethon here on Frankly Speaking. Joining us in the studio, fresh off the bell ringing challenge here in Corning, Assemblyman Phil Palmisano. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Frank. Good to be with you again.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. You got probably the coldest day of the year to ring the bell.
Yeah, it was pretty cold out there, for sure.
You've always been a big supporter of the Salvation Army, and I know that I speak for the captains and for the board, but we thank you for that.
No, it's really no brainer. I mean,
yeah,
the Salvation Army, it does a great job. I mean, it's a tremendous organization that really helps people in need right here in our local community. So it's a great organization to support, and the work they do is tremendous. And you know, it's a no-brainer. Let's support them.
When we were talking about the bell ringing challenge last time you were on, what is it, 18, 17 years?
This was our 17th year.
That's crazy. So how did that all begin? For people that don't know, it's a friendly competition between Corning City Republicans and Corning City Democrats. Every year you guys have a lot of fun with it. Everybody comes out, rings the bell, there's a competition. Where did the idea come from?
It started after the 2009 election. That was the election I was fortunate to be elected to county legislator for the city of Corning. And was thinking, like, let's do something to bring people together. I mean, elections, you know, can always sometimes, well, not always, but sometimes be divisive. And we just thought, what better thing to do than show that people can come together, despite their political affiliation, can come together, unite for a common cause, a good cause. And then we thought about it. It was right around the time of the bell ringing challenge, you know, where the Salvation Army was out there. Like, let's unite about this. Let's make it friendly. Let's have a little battle, a friendly battle, in the spirit of competition, but let's unite and do it for the right reasons and to help support a great organization like the Salvation Army that does so much to help people and families in need right here in our local community.
And it means so much more now because if you think about it in 2009, which doesn't seem that long ago, but people actually carry change on them. And now the kettle struggles every year because of a time when people are so used to using their cards. They've adapted to that. I know down in Center where you had the I can never remember it, TikTok or whatever it's called. Which is helping a lot. But times have changed so much, and you know what hasn't changed? The need.
The need continues to grow.
Yes.
Quite frankly, things are not always. When things are well for people, it's not always well for everyone.
Exactly.
And we have to keep that in mind. I mean, these are our neighbors. These are people in our community that need a little helping hand. And, you know, when you're thinking about things, when you're buying those gifts for people, just remember there are some families and people that are struggling. And let's come together and keep them in mind. And if there's little ways you can help, if it's a little loose change, if it's, you know, giving an extra $1 or $2 here or there, it all adds up. And, you know, to have an organization like the Salvation Army and others here in our local community that does so much to help the families right here get through difficult times or just give them a little bit of extra support, I mean, it's really a good thing.
And I know I've said it throughout the broadcast, and I've said it throughout the last couple of weeks. The Salvation Army, one problem they have is having a PR background like myself. They're so humble, so we don't realize how much they do. You know, being on the advisory board, we see the numbers every month of how many people they're helping, how many families they're helping, and it's probably good that they're so humble, but I think people just don't realize that it's not just a Christmas thing with the Salvation Army.
No, it's
365, 24/7.
And I think not that people take it for granted, but they've always known Salvation Army to be there. They always expect them to be there. But the fact of the matter is, for the viewers, if we don't support them, they're not here.
Right.
And they really rely heavily on that community support to be able to do the positive things and have the impact they do have in our local community. So I just want to encourage people to continue to support the Salvation Army, especially this time of year, but year-round.
Year-round, I couldn't agree more. And when you think about it, one of the things going way back, and it's just kind of unfortunate that we named it the Salvation Army of Corning way before my time, because it helps all of Steuben County. And you know how big Steuben County is. And we have some rural areas where there's some people more in need than perhaps what we realize. So keep that in mind when people are talking about donating today, that's a huge area and a lot of people to help.
Oh, Steuben County is over 1,400 square miles. That's bigger than the state of Rhode Island geographically. We have, you know, the three metropolitan, if you want to call them metropolitan areas, of Corning, Bath, and Hornell. But then you get into the rural aspect of the southern part and the northern part.
Right.
And there are a lot of people in need. Those are, you know, when you think of the southern part of the district of Steuben, those are the areas that got hit tremendously hard by the flooding.
Exactly.
You know, like the Woodhull areas, the Jasper Truesbury areas. I mean, so many people are hurting, and I just think that's when you see people, the volunteers. I mean, it's not just the money that people do; it's the volunteers who are out there ringing, and I think that's why it's a good thing to give back.
That's great.
Yes, your dollars and cents, but also your time.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to hit you up. You got a check for me?
Yes, I just happen to have a check for you, Frank, and I appreciate.
They always do that in other telethons. Why can't I do it, right?
Well,
we'll get you the
politics. Politicians, they don't hesitate to ask for money.
Why shouldn't
And this is really for a better cause, so I'm happy to add.
Add it right there to the kettle. There you go. Throw it in. All right, final question. Now, even though I haven't really had that many questions, as we enter the new year, 2026, what does that new year look like for all of us when we're dealing with Albany?
Well, that's a great question. There's always uncertainty about what's going to happen. I mean, I think we'll get a pretty good idea come January, because the governor sets the tone for the whole legislative session with her State of the State message in the beginning of January. And then probably about a week later, she'll deliver a budget, which kind of outlines the financial parameters of the budget discussions moving forward. And then we get into budget hearings. I'm just concerned about what we continue to see. I've said over and over again the past couple of years, I don't think anything changed. I think in New York State we have a public safety, an affordability, and a quality of life crisis. And I think the policies that we advance have to address those things. And I think that's what we really need to focus on. I mean, I've talked ad infinitum about the energy policies and it being advanced and how that can impact families and the affordability and reliable energy. That's something I will continue to be really outspoken about. But I think 2026 is an opportunity. I mean, it's going to be an interesting year. It's an election year for governor. That's going to be something that we're going to see as we move forward. But so we'll see where it takes us. But I just and I got to just say to the viewers, I'm so humbled to be your representative. I the trust and confidence you have placed in me. All I can say is I will continue to honor that trust and confidence by just being a loud and outspoken voice to make sure your concerns and voice is heard in Albany.
Well, Phil, Merry Christmas. Thanks so much for doing this. And the Salvation Army thanks you as well.
Merry Christmas, Frank, and Merry Christmas to all the viewers. Be safe and be healthy.
All right, we got some great music coming up next. Stay with us. This is the Salvation Army Telethon right here on Frankly Speaking.
If you or a loved one regularly used hair relaxers or straighteners and were diagnosed with uterine, ovarian, or endometrial cancer, you may be entitled to significant financial compensation.
I've used hair relaxers for years. I had no idea they could cause cancer.
Chemical hair relaxers and straighteners have been linked to serious conditions, including several types of cancer. If you used hair relaxers and have been diagnosed with uterine, ovarian, or endometrial cancer, call us now. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call today.
I'm Marianne Quirk. I've lived here for 70 years, but I do fine right here in my house, and I want to be here as long as I can be. And I feel comfortable knowing that if something happened to me, someone would know because of the cameras that are installed in various spots in my home. That has been a wonderful gift to me to be able to have that security and that support from Full Circle America, and that's what it's all about.
Bottles and formula?
Got it.
Extra diapers?
Not making that mistake again. Got it.
A 3-day supply of non-perishable food for each person in your household in case the power goes out? You may be prepared for a lot of situations, but a natural disaster might not be one of them. Convoy of Hope can help make sure you're ready when disaster strikes. Convoy of Hope, providing hope in every storm.
I don't think all that's going to fit in there.
The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio, celebrating all the good work of the Salvation Army of Corning and asking you to dig deep this Christmas season, maybe make a donation to such a great organization. Thank you to Assemblyman Phil Palmisano. And what would Christmas time be without mentioning Phil Palmisano and Albany's energy policy? Now, I said I've been bringing on breaking news throughout the program. Well, yesterday, Assemblyman Phil Palmisano, along with his Assembly Republican colleagues, sent a letter to Governor Kathy Hochul urging her to veto a bill that would eliminate New York's 100-foot rule. The rule requires utilities to cover the cost of new gas hookups located within 100 feet of an existing main line. Palmisano and his colleagues argue that removing the rule would increase cost for consumers, saying eliminating this rule would shift thousands of dollars in new hookup costs, estimated at $3,000 to $15,000 per connection, directly onto households, builders, and renters at a time when New York is facing an affordability crisis, a historic shortage of housing, and rising energy costs. This additional burden is unnecessary and counterproductive. So thank you, Phil, and thank you to his Republican colleagues for sending. Oh, the music was playing over. I read all that, and the music was playing over. We were doing good until that. Thank you. We were cooking there for a while. I was just thanking Assemblyman Phil Palmisano for being on the program, and also for him and his Republican colleagues for sending that letter to Governor Hochul, urging her to veto the 100-foot rule and repeal that bill. Eliminating this rule would shift thousands of dollars in new hookup costs directly onto households, builders, and renters at a time when New York is facing an affordability crisis, a historic shortage of housing, and rising energy costs. This additional burden is unnecessary and counterproductive. So that we want to thank Phil, because it's not Christmas season without talking about the energy policy in Albany. We do appreciate the work he and his Republican colleagues are doing in sending that letter to Governor Hochul. All right, hour number one, nearly in the books. We're going to end this hour with a great one from Doc Possum. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to hear from Mayor Bill Bolin. We're also going to hear from the new captains of the Salvation Army of Corning. So stay with us. Let's end hour number one with a little Blue Christmas.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't mean the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing all right in your Christmas white, but I'll have a blue Christmas. And when those blue snowflakes certain, that's when those blue memories start hurting. You'll be doing all right in your Christmas white, but I'll have a blue Christmas. Oh, but I'll have a blue Christmas. Oh, but I'll have a blue Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Peace on earth.
Thank you, Doc Possum. Hour number two on its way. Keep those waves, those comments, those donations coming in for the Salvation Army of Corning, and we'll be right back with hour number two of the third annual Salvation Army Telethon right here on Frankly Speaking.
Your tap water is delicious.
I know, right? It's this Culligan Smart drinking water system.
What do you think is going on in there?
I'm smelling a touch of chlorine.
Yeah, I'm detecting some PFAS.
I'm also getting notes of lead.
Perfection.
Sending it up.
Here we go.
Certified to reduce more than 70 contaminants. It's like having your own team of water experts. See the smart difference at Culligan.com.
Give kids time.
Building or remodeling your home?
Croft Lumber is with you every step of the way. Lay a solid foundation with Logix Element ICF forms and a steady structure with premium framing lumber and Madison-treated lumber. Protect your investment with quality roofing from Tamco and Central States Metal Roofing. Enhance energy efficiency and security with Anderson windows and Therma True doors. Beautify the exterior with Mastic siding, Trex decking, and Benjamin Moore paint. Start and finish your home project right with Croft Lumber in Sayre.
How was your day?
Fine.
Okay, what was the funniest thing that happened today?
Oh, yeah. I was sitting next to Piper at lunch, and she had this, chicken fish patty thing.
How we start a conversation matters. Text CONVO to 5155.
Welcome to hour number 2 of Frankly Speaking, as we continue the yearly tradition of the Salvation Army Telethon. If you're just joining us, you've missed a lot of great music, a lot of great interviews. We thank Joe Barlow for being our guest in the first hour with the Crystal Chords. We want to thank Assemblyman Phil Palmisano for being our guest. In this hour, we're going to be talking with Mayor Bill Bolin, which will be our last interview with him as mayor proper. So Mayor Bill Bolin will be joining us here after the next break. Then later in the broadcast, we'll hear from Captains Brittany and Brian Bender. They're the new captains of the Salvation Army of Corning, so you can learn a little bit about all the good work that they do throughout the year. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the waves. And most importantly today, thank you for all the donations. I see we're doing great online. Again, if you are just joining us, you can text to telethon to that number. That'll take you right to the website, or you can scan that QR code at the top of the screen. If you have any questions, you can reach out to that smaller number by the waves that you normally reach out to and talk to me, and I'll get you to where you need to go. Thank you to everybody who stopped by the studio the last couple weeks to drop off money. Boy, we received a lot. Checks, cash. Can't tell you how much it means to us, because if you are just joining us, I know you've heard it all morning long. If not, but we have a very generous donor that watches Frankly Speaking and said, okay, I'm going to match everything up to $6,000. And that means if we can raise $6,000 today and from the last couple weeks, that means we'll be up to $12,000, making it one of the biggest fundraisers for the Salvation Army in the year. $12,000 that goes to such an amazing cause. As I've said throughout the broadcast, throughout the morning, that the Salvation Army Corning was named that years and years ago, but it actually covers all of Steuben County. So it should really be called the Salvation Army of Steuben County. But that's just to give you a perspective of how big their reach is, and you know some of the areas in the surrounding communities that need help throughout the year. And the Salvation Army is there for them, 365, 24/7. So we do appreciate the donations, the help. And I think you're really going to like the new captains. They're coming up a little bit later on. And then at the end of the broadcast, I'll let you know how it went between the friendly competition between the Corning City Republicans and the Corning City Democrats that took place earlier in the week. They have a lot of fun with it. Every year, people come up to me and say, did you hear? Who won? Who won? I had that happen quite a few times just yesterday. Now, I can't give that secret away, but we'll give you the total. We're also going to have, I'll be telling you about a couple of important Christmas events coming up to get you even more in the Christmas spirit. Let's do some music, though. I know that's why you've tuned in. We're going to kick off the first hour. We ended on Doc Possum. We're going to kick off the top of the hour with another great Doc Possum tune, Run, Run, Rudolph. Here we go. Here's Doc Possum.
1, 2, 3. Hey there, Frank. Thanks for having me aboard again this year. It's great to be here. Out of all the reindeer, you know you're the mastermind. Oh, run, run, Rudolph. Randall's not too far behind. Oh, run, run, Rudolph. Santa gotta make it to town. Oh, tell him he can hurry. He can take the freeway down. Oh, run, run, Rudolph. I'm spinning like a merry-go-round. Come on now. Said Santa to the little boy, what are you looking for? You know what he said? He said, all I want for Christmas is a rock and roll record guitar. Oh yeah. Then away went Rudolph, spinning like a shooting star. Come on now. I said, run, run, Rudolph, Santa gotta make it to town. Oh yeah. Tell him he can hurry, he can take the freeway down. Come on, run, run, Rudolph, got me spinning like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to the little girl, what would you like to get? She said, a little baby doll, one that cries, dreams, and wets the bed. Then away went Rudolph, spinning like a saber jet. Oh no, come on. I said, run, run, Rudolph, Santa gotta make it to town. Oh yeah, come on, tell him he can hurry, he can take the freeway down. Oh, run, run, Rudolph, spinning like a merry-go-round. Come on, everybody, help me out. I said, run, run, Rudolph. What? Run, run, Rudolph. One more time. Run, run, Rudolph. Santa gotta make it to town. Here we go. I said, run, run, Rudolph. I said, run, run, Rudolph. Oh, run, run, Rudolph. Santa gotta make it to town. Woo! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Peace on earth to us all.
Thank you, Doc Possum. We do appreciate that. We're going to play another one by Dreamcatchers. We kicked off the broadcast with Silver Bells by Dreamcatchers, the Dreamcatchers Quartet. This one is audio only, but it was such amazing rendition of Jingle Bells. I said we have to play it, so we're going to put a nice little scene behind it of the beautiful storm. Well, I guess you can't really call it a beautiful storm. That sounds kind of like an oxymoron, but from last Tuesday. Was it last Tuesday already? So we're going to take that in the background, get us in the Christmas spirit. And then after that, coming up right around 7:10, we're going to be talking with Mayor Bill Bolin. A question from a viewer. Who do you make a check out to? The Salvation Army of Corning. Yep, make the check out to the Salvation Army of Corning. Send it in. If you want to put in the memo line telethon or put it on the envelope somehow, you can. There is no real deadline. I mean, there'll be a time when I announce how much we raised. That could fluctuate higher, not lower. So it should go higher because we get some checks in later. There's no real hard deadline. It's all about doing the most good for the Salvation Army, raising the most for them. The match, I'm hoping that we'll get to that, so that won't be a deal breaker, but do not worry. Send it in whenever you can, but make it out to the Salvation Army of Corning. Thank you very much, too. But there is no real deadline. At the end of, I suppose in February it probably won't get counted. But if you send anytime soon, they'll put it to the total, and we'll probably on our episode right before Christmas, we'll try to make as best as we can the announcement. It won't be probably down to the penny, but the announcement of how much we ended up raising. Last year, our goal was $5,000 to be matched for another 5, so that's 10. This year, the viewers who are so generous said, okay, we're going to up it. We're going to keep challenging you, frankly speaking, viewers. We're going to keep challenging you and see if you can do another 1,000. So now we're going to be up to $12,000 if we raise the $6,000. And when I say during the telethon, we started a couple weeks ago, and it'll continue a couple weeks after. So that's what it's at the end of the day. It's all about helping the Salvation Army of Corning, but I love the challenge. We'll keep that challenge going. We're going to try to get to that $12,000 because one thing, and I know I've said this numerous times on this program, we put our money where our mouth is here on Frankly Speaking. We're all about community. We're not just smoke and mirrors. It is really about doing the most good for our area and trying to bring people together, especially at this time of year. And there's no better organization to partner with than the Salvation Army of Corning. On that note, let's hear from the Dreamcatchers, shall we? This is, let me get it all set up here. This is Jingle Bells.
Jing, 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 jingle, jingle all the way. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now the ground is wide, go it while you're young. Take the guys tonight and sing the sleighing song. Just get a bobtail nag, 240 for his feet. Hitch him to an open sleigh and crack, you'll take the lead. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A one-horse open jingle all the way. Hey!
Thank you so much to the Dreamcatchers for that beautiful rendition of Jingle Bells. Don't forget their holiday concert is coming up next Tuesday at the First United Methodist Church. That's 1034 West Broad Street in Horseheads. 6:45 to 7:15. Performance by Corning Brassworks, followed by the Crystal Chords Chorus and Quartets and their holiday singers. Admission is free, but they're asking for, if you're so inclined, donations to go to the food bank of the Southern Tier. Coming up next, his last time in capacity of mayor. The last time Mayor Bill Bolin will be on the program. Hopefully not the last time Bill Bolin will be on the program, but he'll be joining us coming up after this. Stay with us.
When it comes to cleaning your house or business, Magic Rags Cleaning Service has you covered from ceiling to floor. With powerful steam cleaning and attention to detail, we have you covered for moving out cleans, move-in cleans, Airbnbs, or just keeping everything neat and tidy. We go above and beyond in our residential and commercial cleaning, and our professional crew makes sure that your house or business is always ready for company. Call our number or schedule an appointment on Yelp or Facebook today.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard them, organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acom. Joining us in the Hesselson studio, Corning Mayor, for now, Bill Bolin. Thanks for being back on the show. I know. It's unbelievable. Can you imagine how quickly it went?
It feels like it was yesterday, Frank, honestly. 8 years, I can't believe it.
I know. It is very hard to believe. But before we talk about your accomplishments and looking back, let's talk about, you've always been a major supporter, I would say, of the Salvation Army of Corning.
I couldn't be more a major supporter.
Right.
The work that they do, and you know Frank is a leader in that organization. The work that they do for the most needy, those that need the most in our community. And it's a selfless giving, great leadership, young leadership over there.
Yeah.
And they've been a huge contributor to our community for many, many decades.
141 years, right?
141 years.
Because last year you celebrated the 140th with us.
Absolutely. And I just want to say that kettle is out there in Centerway Square. So when you go by, it's something I didn't know that I got this year. There's a way that you can use your phone to tap on it, $20, $10, or $5. Really convenient. Nobody knows it's there. But as you walk by, now you know.
Now you know. And no one, we talked about it many times, no one has cash on them anymore.
Exactly. So just use your phone. You go right up to it and you tap 20, 10, or 5.
It's perfect.
Just do it.
And you mentioned how much they do for our community at the Salvation Army. And I think, and I've mentioned this with everybody, they're so humble that some people don't even realize how much they do. And it's not just Christmas time. It's year-round.
Absolutely. And many organizations have to trumpet themselves. That's not a bad thing, but you're absolutely right. This is a humble organization that just does one thing. They serve the community, and they serve those people who need it the most.
I couldn't agree more. Now, we had the friendly competition between Democrats and Republicans. We don't have the numbers yet, but how did you were ringing out there for an hour. I saw you stop by.
I just want to say one thing, and my Democratic friends are going to kill me for this, but I stopped by yesterday and put $20 in that kettle for the Republicans, okay? And I want that noted as my signature goodbye to nonpartisanship at the local level.
That isn't it nice so that we can all come together and have this friendly competition and joke around?
Absolutely.
For a great cause.
And you know, over the years, Frank, you know, we've shared with each other. You play on one team, I play on another.
Right.
But here in our community, you know, you have been, and I just trumpet you a little bit, you know, you have been a model of civility.
Well, thank you.
You have your political views, and I have mine, but it's never stood in the way of us just sharing our common love for the city of Corning.
I couldn't agree more. And one of those things that we can always agree on, Dwayne Eddy, I got to thank you for your support.
Oh, man, what an event that was.
Yeah. I'll have to get you a copy of the Twainsville is their international newsletter.
Yeah.
They did a whole big write-up on us. You were in it. And it was just wonderful. And see Dee, Dwayne's wife, just taking it all in, and you giving her the key to the city and naming it Dwayne Eddy. What a special, we couldn't ask for a better day.
And you remember when we did that ceremony.
Yeah.
The plaque, the sun came out and just illuminated that
really
as if there was a spotlight on it.
I couldn't agree more.
It was great.
We couldn't have asked for a better day that day.
That was wonderful.
It was, so I wanted to thank you for all your support through the years.
And all the cousins.
Oh yeah, that was 3/4 of the crowd. I think.
Absolutely.
But very rarely do you see. I think the paper said 250 people for an unveiling.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
That was very impressive.
Okay, so now I got my Dwayne Eddy plug out of the way.
Yeah, there you go.
So when you look back as your time as mayor, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
I think it's yet to come, Frank.
Yeah,
I think tomorrow night the City Council will entertain an update to the comprehensive plan, which has been going on under the leadership of Mayor-elect Pam Walker. It's been a 2-year project to take a look at our community and project out 15 years about what we see and what we want our community to be over that. It's called Vision 2040. And the steering committee for that involved almost all the stakeholders in the community, the nonprofits, the companies, the people, significant outreach to the public. So we got everybody's point of view about what they want our city of Corning to look like over the next 15 years. So City Council will vote on that tomorrow. I have every expectation that I believe it'll be unanimous, and I think that's a reflection of all the good work that's been done.
And I got to give Pam Walker, Mayor-elect, a lot of credit, because even though she was running unopposed, she was on the program 3 or 4 times. And it was nice to catch up with her and hear about the comprehensive plan, because I think and this is kudos to you, kudos to everybody involved, you wanted public input. And you wanted transparency. This was never done behind closed doors.
No, sir. No, sir. And again, just to trumpet Pam a little bit, she ran unopposed, but that didn't keep her from going door to door and meeting people. She wanted people to know who she is and to be able to speak to them in person. She didn't have to do that, but she did.
No, that's why I was surprised. Most of the time when someone's running unopposed, I don't get 2 or 3 calls for interviews.
Right.
It's just the nature of it.
Right.
And
she's a pro, right?
Yeah, she does a great job. I know. I always wonder when they're a new candidate. I said, "Oh, how's it?" She did wonderful. So, okay, that's your biggest accomplishment. What would you say your fondest memories are?
I think one of the things is the Cherry Blossom Trail in Denison Park. And that harks back to one of the things that we accomplished was a park strategy a couple years ago. And one of the things that was called for in there was to develop a cherry Blossom Trail in Denison Park. And together with the city management, Corning Enterprises, and most importantly, the Rotary Club, who there was a project for their 100th anniversary. And those every single tree, it's the 4th year, every single tree lives. And last year was great, and this year is going to be even better. So going forward, looking, as a contribution to the community. That's a really fond memory.
And kind of the common theme here with the Salvation Army and everything we're talking about is community. And you mentioned Rotary. That's something else you've been so active in.
I have, and every service club has got its challenges now. But I can say that our Rotary Club is redeveloping itself into a dynamic community organization, which it's always been.
It always has been. Of course, it's such an important part of all communities, but specifically Corning. So are there any parts you're going to miss when you wake up after the inauguration day? We want to talk about that too, the swearing in. Is there something you're going to miss?
I think basically talking with people about the issues of Corning, just spreading my own views of what a tremendous city this is, what a great community is, and all the talent we have here. And I just have every expectation that with the accumulated talent that we have here in a small city of 10,000, together with Mayor-elect Walker's leadership and the new city council that's coming in with new members, this community is poised to go to the next level in almost every aspect of what we call community. And I'm just going to look, I'm going to miss being a part of that, so directly a part of that. I hope to be a part of it in an indirect way, but most importantly to look and watch and see that that's going to happen for Corning.
Well, and I think it was last year we talked at the same time when we had the comptroller coming to town, and how we're looking good. Every town and community and city needs things they can improve on, but I mean that was such a rave review really for the city of Corning.
Yeah, exactly. And that comprehensive plan is mapped out for us to. One of the things that we have to do as a community is we have to get grant money because your taxes do not. Well, you live different. You don't live in the city, but the city taxes.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah, they don't pay for the extraordinary things that we've got in the comprehensive plan. We're going to have to reach out for money, whether it be state money or federal money. But what they look for is something like a comprehensive plan where the community is taking the time and effort to define for itself what it wants to be. And they look and see, you took the time to do that, we're going to treat you more seriously. And the bottom line is you get money, which we'll need. Yeah,
you'll need, and we'll put to good use. Is there anything that you think that maybe there was a missed opportunity, something that you wish that you could have accomplished in your 8 years?
Well, something I've never mentioned before. I have, for many years, following the lead of Jamie Houghton, have been in favor of political consolidation of the surrounding communities. To me, there's a lot of makes sense to it that or not make sense to it that we have all these different municipal governments in this really small geographic area. Now, this is a 10-year vision. Okay, this doesn't happen. And I haven't mentioned it because, it's always, maybe the city of Corning is coming after our. No. Couldn't be further from the truth. Don't want that to happen. But to me, it makes a lot of sense that Corning, or whatever we call that, that community, is going to have an opportunity to be a bigger fish in the sea and have all kinds of opportunity to develop in a way that we currently don't have.
So you've got to tell us, you really got quite a festivity happening for the swearing in. They're not typically this. I picture it very much like in Washington when the president gets sworn in, right? It's going to be Inauguration Day.
It's going to be December 31st, 11 a.m. in Centerway Square, and I can't tell you how many people say, "You mean it's going to be outdoors?" Yeah, it's going to be outdoors. So it's kind of a swan song for me. I really want to. Usually, well, first of all, step back. The mayor has responsibility every year to organize that swearing in or oath taking ceremony, as we're calling it. But with Mayor-elect Walker coming in, new council members, I just wanted to make it a big deal, and so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. One of the things that I'll tell you, there's a camera on the parking garage.
Yeah.
It's an earth cam. It's live all the time.
Yeah.
It's got like 1.7 million hits on it. You know?
Really?
Yeah, and that shines right down on Centerway Square. So one of the things we're going to do is right in the middle of the ceremony, we're going to, on social media, invite all the diaspora of Corning, all those people that are not in Corning.
Yeah.
Reach out to them, have them tune in at 11 a.m. on December 31st. And at some point during the ceremony, ask people to stand up, turn to the camera, and wave.
Wait, that's wonderful.
That'd be great.
You know what I like about that too? Just the idea of it. When I got sworn in for town council in Irwin, I invited my friends. Yeah. I invited family. I wanted, it's supposed to be getting involved in public service and community is supposed to be something you're proud of, and I think that's what you're making it again, where it's an event, and it should be. And people that are watching from the peripheral are going to say, you know what, maybe I want to get involved.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, to me, taking your oath to serve this community is a big deal.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will highlight that. But I don't know how many people show up, Frank.
Yeah.
I know we have 100 because it's friends and family.
Sure.
But if it's 400 or 500,
that'd be something.
That's the aim.
Yeah.
A civic event where we're emphasizing unity and service.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
That's what I love about the idea. So before we go, what's the next chapter look like for you?
Well, I'm not at liberty to discuss that at this time, but I can tell you that I'm not leaving politics.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting. So does that mean we'll have you back on Frankly Speaking in the future? Can I hint at it that way?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And one thing I want to just share with you, one of the things that, again, that was left undone is I've been an advocate for reforesting this community. Over the years, City of Corning, for good reason, has taken down a lot of trees, and we haven't replanted them. But the history of this community is a vibrant tree canopy where people can walk the city. And I know that's in the comprehensive plan, and I hope we'll pursue that sooner as opposed to later.
That's great. Well, Mayor, thanks for everything through the years. You were our first guest on TV.
Amen.
Remember that? And I remember having you on radio, and we appreciate it. It's been great following your career for 8 years. Best of luck in the future. I know we'll be talking again soon.
Thank you, Frank.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is the owner of Hesselson's in Amara Heights. At Hesselson's, we care about your well-being and overall health, whether it's relieving stress, muscle recovery, increasing circulation, or just revitalizing the body. Hesselson's now has 2 complete line of infrared and traditional rock saunas in our new and expanded showroom. Come in today and see why owning a sauna is the start of your new healthy lifestyle. Hesselson's is still locally and family-owned and operated in Amara Heights. After 70 years, it's still fun to poke in the corners at Hesselson's.
Alcoholics Anonymous. For more information, visit aa.org.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the Army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
I don't know which intro music I like more. This one sounds a little Johnny Carson-esque. That beautiful view brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio here on Market Street in Corning, raising some funds for the Salvation Army of Corning. We want to thank Mayor Bill Boland for being our guest on the program. We really do appreciate it. And nothing is more Corning than our friends at Brown's Cigar Store, who just stopped by and dropped off a big wad of cash for the kettle. So thank you to Brown's Cigar Store, right in the heart of the Gaffer District. Okay, we got some viewer comments, and guess what? A special treat before we go into some more music. Climate Fact Friday, Bob wrote in an early Christmas gift. We thank you, Climate Fact Friday, Bob. No, I'm not waiting till next week because of the Christmas festivities. It fits perfectly. We already had our breaking news at the top of the program. Also, did you see Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, is running for governor of Minnesota? So there's some more breaking news. Okay, Jack writes in from Elmira and says, thank you so much, Frank, for having the QR code on the screen. For a 70-year-old, I find it so much easier to donate. Great show, great host, great guest. Thanks again. Well, thank you for the kind words. I really do appreciate that. The QR codes are interesting to me. I realize people love them. I just kind of got used to them. But they are helpful, so if you want to, you can click on the QR code, take the photo and click on the website. You can text the telethon to 31333. You can contact me through the number on the bottom of the screen that you normally contact me through. So many ways to donate, because our goal this morning, well, it's not just this morning, but we're trying to raise $6,000, so it'll be matched by $6,000, meaning $12,000 for the Salvation Army of Corning. And we're going to meet the new captains coming up here in just a little bit. But here we go. Climate Fact Friday, Bob writes in. Good morning, all. The EPA has officially ruled out fossil fuels as a major cause of climate change. They have listed only natural causes of climate change: volcanic eruptions, natural sun cycles, and natural CO2 variabilities are driving the climate. Of course, the mainstream media and other organizations attacked this information from the EPA, calling it misinformation. Of course, as usual, the mainstream media is panicking. They realize now that the narrative that they have been pushing is a total and inexcusable lie. Of course, humans have an impact on the environment, as all living creatures do. If you just put a footprint in the snow, that's an environmental impact. Very small, but it's still an impact. Somehow nature has a way of balancing out all the impacts. Everyone have a good weekend. Stay safe and go Bills. Saying thanks, Frank. Good show. Thank you, Climate Fact Friday, Bob. I'm so glad that you could be a part of it this morning. Speaking of the climate, speaking of taking a step in the snow, how about we hear from Mach 4? Mach 4 gives us a rendition of, if I can find it, Winter Wonderland.
Over the ground lies a mantle of white, a heaven of diamonds shine down through the night. Two hearts are thrilling in spite of the chill in the weather, chilly weather. Love knows no season and love knows no clime. Romance can blossom most any old time. Here in the open, we're walking and hoping together, just we two alone. Sleigh bells ring, 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 are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Run away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. Wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, and we'll pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. In town later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland.
Thank you, Mach 4. We appreciate that. Now let's go right in to Doc Possum with Santa Claus is back in town. We'll take a break, and then we'll hear from the new captains, Captains Brittany and Brian Bender. Keep those donations, keep those waves, keep those comments coming in, and we'll be right back.
Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. In Christmas time, pretty baby, yeah, the snow's falling on the ground. In Christmas time, pretty baby, yeah, the snow falling on the ground. You've been a real good little reindeer. Santa Claus back in town. Got no sleigh with reindeer, no snack on my back. You'll see me coming in a big black Cadillac. Christmas time, pretty baby, snow falling on the ground. You've been a real good little reindeer. Santa Claus back in town. Hang up your stockings, turn off the lights. Santa's gonna come down your chimney tonight. Christmas time, pretty baby, yeah, the snow falling on the ground. You've been a real good little reindeer. Santa Claus back in town. I'll bring it home, boys. I said Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Oh. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year to us all. Peace and love.
When you're online, don't forget to visit our Facebook page at Big Fox News. Catch up on news from the Twin Tiers. Vote on the daily question and hear about local events. All on Facebook.com/Big Fox News.
Lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
At Penn State Wrestling, we preach excellence and try and strive every single day to be better than we were the last. It's very clearly resembled here.
It's Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships. We're a family.
I can tell he's a wrestler and he supports us. I'm really grateful for that.
You've got to repeat the process so many times to get it right. But once you get it right, you just got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it the same way every time, every day without fail. No exceptions. It's like wrestling. The good wrestlers, they really practice hard and work hard.
Blaze Alexander, where champions strive.
The American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge communities offer a free home away from home, closer to cancer care. People are meant to be together. Learn more to help keep it that way.
What level life jacket should you wear when you're far from shore?
Level 100.
Bingo. Now, what's the most comfortable type of life jacket to wear if you're just chilling close to the shore?
Level 70.
Great. Last question. Before leaving the shore, make sure your boat has enough life jackets for
everyone.
You're the best.
The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acom, and we are broadcasting from the Hesselson studio. And in that studio, it's the new captains of the Salvation Army of Corning. Welcome.
Thank you.
In full disclosure, I've already met you a few times, but there are probably some in the community that haven't. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah, my name's Brian. This is my wife, Brittany. We just got to the Corning area in beginning of July, we come originally from Ohio.
So you're used to the weather a little bit.
Yeah, used to some cold weather, and This is new state, but the experience of just settling into a new area where we're getting used to things here. Each community is a little bit different,
Sure.
which we've come to realize through our service with the Salvation Army. But yeah, we've also got 4 kids as well.
Wow. So you have busy lifestyles.
So,
We bring a crew with us.
You're stocking the population of Corning with you.
Yeah.
That's right.
What do you think of, I mean, obviously, I don't want you to say anything bad, but what do you think? What do you think of Corning so far? Because it is kind of a unique area.
Yeah, my parents are Salvation Army officers, and they were stationed in Elmira when I was younger. So
nice.
the area, it feels a little bit like coming home, but no, we are really just settling in. Our kids are absolutely loving it, and every time we move to a new appointment, that's one of our biggest concerns, but they're thriving, and the community has been nothing but welcoming to us and our children. We've already seen the generosity and the kindness of Corning, so we are so excited to see what's going to happen.
And I love that you're here in July. Talk about hitting the ground running. So you got July, and you have to start with, because really if you're starting in July for the Christmas campaign, you're already a little behind, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So how's it been going so far? Pretty smooth?
I mean, every new appointment has its own challenges in figuring out the way that it happens in each new appointment. But, I mean, there's been, like I said, the generosity so far has been amazing. We've had businesses and churches calling, just wanting to help out. So that's been really helpful the transition. That's wonderful. And, you know, I think one thing I try to hit on this program, when we're talking about the Salvation Army, years and years and way before our times, they decided to name it the Salvation Army of Corning. I think it's kind of a disservice because we cover all Steuben County. Right.
Yeah.
Steuben County is huge. And a lot of rural areas that are in need of support. So I think when people think Corning, we do a lot for Corning, Salvation Army does, but it's all Steuben. That's why we ask people to help this time of year.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we've been trying to start reiterating on all of the stuff we post on our social media page, on our Facebook page, in our flyers that we're creating. It's of Corning and Steuben County, because like you said, there are so many communities that fall outside of Corning that we see in our Christmas program, in our food pantry, in our after school, our day camps. So yes, we service all of Steuben County.
Yeah, and Steuben County is bigger than Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, when I first saw the size of Steuben County, I was like, oh, that's bigger than all those Ohio counties.
yeah, right. What was it that originally started you in the Salvation Army? How does that work?
Yeah, so the founder of the Salvation Army was William Booth over in England. He was part of a different church, and he decided to meet the needs outside of just filling people's souls. He saw that you're not going to be able to teach them about God if they have a grumbling stomach. And so it was a holistic approach that he took when he first started it, and he looked at the whole person. What do they need for their physical being? What do they need for their emotional well-being? And then we can really tackle the spiritual well-being. So when the Salvation Army came over here and is in Corning and Steuben County, we followed that we look at how we can help you with food, utilities, electric, rent, the kids programs that we have, and then of course Christmas. So it's the holistic on top of our church programs that we have.
I didn't want you to think that I put you on the spot on a test. I meant how you individually started in the Salvation Army.
I was like, I learned this.
You're probably thinking, Frank, what a jerk. You didn't tell me you were going to ask me that.
No,
I meant you, individual. I'm sorry.
No worries.
No, yeah. Both of our parents, we kind of grew up in the Salvation Army. My parents are Salvation Army officers, so it's always kind of been a family thing.
Sure.
And for at least me, generations to my grandparents and aunts and uncles and stuff like that. So I kind of grew up in it, but I believe it's a specific calling. It's got to be, because it can get stressful and hard at times. But for me, I just felt God pulling on my heart that this is what he wants me to do. And I just said, here I am, Lord, send me, I guess, and followed that calling. And yeah, that's kind of where it started for me. I felt God pulling me to serve through the Salvation Army, because it's a great organization, and growing up in it, I've seen all the good that it does in a lot of different communities that I've been a part of through my life. So.
Yeah, and for me, like I said, my parents were Salvation Army officers as well. They were stationed in Elmira for a little bit of my life. But I actually wanted to be a middle school math teacher. I was going to school.
I know enough about you that would have fit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that was my life plan for a really long time. God had always put it on my heart about Salvation Army officership, but this is my strength. This is what I love to do, so I was going to be a teacher. And then he brought Brian into my life, and as our relationship progressed, God just kept pulling, and we had a conversation right outside my parents' house, I remember it, and we just said, no, we're both called to ministry, and that just kind of solidified it for us. So I'm not a middle school math teacher.
But you definitely use your math skills in your job that you do.
Very much so. So he still allows me to use my passions and the things that I love. And we have an after-school program that I still get to be a part of. Yeah. But yeah, math is a big part of my role in our officership.
Which I'm grateful for, because that was never a strong suit of mine growing up.
Opposites attract, right?
Very much so. We complement each other well. But yeah, it just reaffirmed that this is what we're supposed to do.
What do you find, because I know you mentioned it can be difficult at times, I'm sure. What would you say the favorite part of your service is?
Well, just, I guess just seeing those moments where, there's a person who's really in need, and they come to the Salvation Army for help, and we're able to help, and just seeing the reaction. Sometimes we'll get just little letters or notes left, or someone might just kind of break down crying, because they're just overfilled with that joy that we were able to do something for their situation. And it's those kind of moments that kind of keep you going and carry you through those more difficult, stressful times. And even Christmas time can be stressful because there's a lot of things going on for us. But it's those moments where you see the impact on people's lives firsthand that carries you through.
Yeah, and for me, even though Christmas is really busy and really stressful, Christmas is my absolute favorite time as a Salvation Army officer. There's not anything like it. It is busy, it is chaotic, but just the number of people who we get to hear the stories when they're doing application, and then at the end of the day when we do our distribution, we get to see them knowing that it's the kids that are getting impacted, and it's the kids that why we're doing it all and getting put food on the table and presents under the tree. It is stressful, it is chaotic, it is a toll, but it is my absolute favorite time to see so many people in the building and knowing that we're making a little bit of difference. It helps.
And I know, and you mentioned earlier, you see all the good that the Salvation Army does, and I think it's important to stress that we think of the Salvation Army in Christmas time, but it's 365, 24/7. And I think it's very remarkable with the Salvation Army, but I also think it's almost to the detriment of the Salvation Army of how humble you are, because I don't think people realize, when I see the numbers at the board meeting and things like that, it's startling how much we do the Salvation Army does for the community to help the community, and I think if people realize those numbers sometimes, they'd be awestruck.
Yeah, I mean, just our food pantry alone, we saw, since January of this past year, we saw almost 6,500 people just through our food pantry alone. Over 20 people with utility and rental assistance. And so, yeah, Christmas is when we're out there, the most visible. Our red kettles, you hear them wherever you go. We hear them in our sleep sometimes. But yeah,
we all do.
Throughout the rest of the year, our after-school programs, sending kids to Camp Swinecki, our food pantry, our social service programs. Our building is never slow, and we love that. In our offices, especially, we hear the kids from after school, and it's a beautiful sound, because I'd hate for it to be quiet. So it's a beautiful ministry that we get to carry on 365 days throughout the year.
And now, like you mentioned, this is your big time of the year, at least probably time-wise, my goodness, with the kettles. What was the goal this year? How's the kettles looking overall as we near the end, near Christmas time?
Yeah, so our overall goal was $60,000. We wanted to hit that mark, which I believe is up a little bit from last year. But as needs continue to grow, it's there, and it's important for us. Right now, we're about a little over, I think, 30%.
Around 32%.
32% of the way there of our goal. But these next couple of weeks are really like crunch time for us, and it gets a little bit busier in terms of foot traffic at stores and everything. So we hope our red kettles pick up, and we definitely couldn't do it without the support of the community, volunteers especially. We definitely if you want to volunteer to ring the bell, get a hold of us. You can call
Not too late.
Yeah, call our office. It's not too late, or check our Facebook page. We got the links for sign-up units up there. But yeah, so far this year, we're at 32%, so there's quite a bit of ways to go yet to meet that $60,000 goal.
Right.
But again,
I've got my kettle right on the desk. Stop down right now.
Yes, please stop down and donate. And every little bit helps. I've been making the comment here and there about how the penny's out of circulation, but if you have a penny, put it in the bucket, because it could go and be used to help a lot of people.
Before we go, a couple of quick things to kind of wrap full bookends. You mentioned volunteer right now for the cattle, but people can volunteer year-round, right? You're always looking for help.
Yeah, we have our Shepherd's Table, which is a feeding program on Sundays. We also have, like I said, our food pantry is constantly busy. If you have a few hours of your day and want to help stock or help inventory, we have our after-school program, but we are a licensed program, so if you want to volunteer with that, there's a few more extra steps that we have to go to. But yeah, there's always something going on at the Salvation Army, so while it is our biggest need at the moment, there is always room for helping.
So, any surprises so far, as you're just here since July? What's been the biggest surprise, taking over Corning?
That's
I think for me, it's just been the generosity of the community, and just there's so many people who want to help, and they're just looking for ways to support one another, and that is a beautiful thing. We've had that at different appointments, but I would say Corning so far has been the most giving and generous community that we've been a part of, so it's exciting.
It's interesting because we just talked to the mayor on this broadcast, and he was saying very similar that the community here is pretty remarkable. We have a community that does want to help those in need. So it's kind of nice to have that, and there's no better, in my humble opinion, there's no place better to help than the Salvation Army. So do that today. So what is your goal as you enter a new year, maybe what would be your first full year here? Continue
to meet the needs here in Corning and Steuben County. So that's kind of, at least our first year goal is kind of get an idea of what needs are there and what ways can we maybe adjust things at the Salvation Army to better meet those needs.
Great. Well, I think that does it for us, because I know I can't take too much of your time. You probably got 35 other places to go. You're looking at your watch during the whole interview, but I do appreciate it, and I want to just take a second and wish you Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
All right. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking. Stay with us.
What better way to start or end every day than relaxing in your very own Hesselson's hot tub? Massage therapy, relaxation, stress reliever, pain management, soothing muscles, or just spending time with a loved one. hot water therapy really does make every day better. Hesselson's has been a part of this great community for over 70 years, still being locally owned and operated. So make the drive to Hesselson's and start making your path to a better life today. And after 70 years, it's still fun to poke in the corners at Hesselson's.
We're all across America talking to people about their hearts. How's the heart?
Good.
You sure?
I think so.
How do you know? Let me show you something. Put 2 fingers right on those pads. Look at that. That's your heart.
That is pretty awesome.
With Cardio Mobile, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. Cardio Mobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke. Get Cardio Mobile for yourself or a loved one this holiday. On sale now for just $69 at Cardio.com or Amazon.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back and completely out of time. I want to thank before we thank all of our guests. All morning I said I would tell you who won in the Battle of the Bells as Democrats took on Republicans in the bell ringing challenge for the Salvation Army of Corning. Monday, the Democrats. Tuesday, the Republicans. Both got very cold days. Well, I'm not allowed to tell you who won because it's for the community and it's a friendly competition. The total raised by the two groups, $1,863.77. So again, I apologize. I'm not allowed to tell you who won in the Republicans versus the Democrats. They will not let me say who was victorious, whether it was the Republicans or the Democrats. So congratulations to both for doing so much good for the community. That does it for today's edition of Frankly Speaking. Thank you to all our guests. We want to thank the captains from the Salvation Army, Brittany and Brian Bender. We want to thank Mayor Bill Bolin, last time on the program as mayor, and we appreciate him taking the time out. Assemblyman Phil Palmisano and Joe Barlow. What a busy morning. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for being a part of it. We'll see you Monday morning, starting at 6 a.m. for Frankly Speaking, only on WYDC TV, Big Fox.
Your top water is right? What do you think is going on there?
Smelling a touch of bully.
Yeah, I'm detecting some
notes of lead.
When you're on, don't forget to visit our Facebook page at Big Fox News. Catch up on news from the Twin Tiers. Vote on the daily question and hear about local events. All on Facebook.com/Big Fox News.
After work, reduce your stroke risk. The initial treatment for AFib is often to stabilize your heart rate, but controlling your heart's rhythm may be just as important for long-term health. Ask your doctor how to get in rhythm and stay in rhythm. Learn more at stopafib.org.
There have always been a few, ready to fight and win. Since 1775, these few have been Marines, and they come from across this land to defend the future of our nation. This year, our Corps celebrates 250 years, and Marines are proud to serve this country, each other, and all that is still to come for America.